Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lego Rebel.
And I'm Vic.
And this is my assistant Vic. And there's also Roger, who is currently manning the camera.
Hi.
Now, in today's episode, we are going to show you some more custom Lego Ninjago minifigures. Now, apparently, most of you seem to like my last Ninjago minifigures episode because it's one of only 2 of my videos to actually have more than 100 views, which is like huge for me. And I really thank all y'all for watching that first video, and hopefully the sequel to the video will be just as good.
It's not. The sequel's never as good as the original.
Well, I guess we're about to see if that's true after all. And also, I just wanted to mention that our 1-year channelversary is coming up, and hopefully I'll be able to post a video out when it comes. And also, please stick to the end for the super secret bonus minifigure. So, I guess without further ado, we shall show you the minifigures. Now, the first minifigure in today's lineup is this newly improved custom casual Aaron. Now, I did make a casual Aaron in my last custom Ninjago minifigures video, but I found some parts that I felt could improve on the minifigure, such as a slightly darker satchel, the right colored hairpiece, and Mateo's legs from Lego Dreams. I don't know why, but I just feel like the red sneakers and the green belt just fit Aaron's overall vibe, you know? And I know that his casual outfit in this show technically has gloves on, but I decided to leave them off because, well, I'm pretty sure most people don't wear gloves with hoodies, plus his hands might get sweaty, so, well, you know. And overall, I'm actually really proud of this minifigure, even though I just made some tiny modifications to it. Now, the next minifigure in today's lineup is this custom Wildfire. Now, admittedly, this minifigure is more of a what-if minifigure than a typical Ninjago custom, but I wanted to include it here anyway because I just kind of wanted to show her off. Now, the idea for this minifigure is, what if Wildfire had some knockoff version of the elemental power of water instead of fire? So she probably would have been pranking the water tides instead of the lava tides. Anyway, now for this minifigure, I got Nia's hunted legs, Nia's core torso but with yellow hands, and Wildfire's head and hairpiece that have been coming in the more recent Dragons Rising sets. Now, admittedly, the idea I got for this minifigure, like how I thought of the minifigure, was actually from a hairpiece I got from some 4+ Ariel set that for Christmas that I never really put together. I just grabbed it for parts. But anyway, I saw the hairpiece and I was like, this would look good on a Wildfire custom, or more specifically, a what if Wildfire custom. But I put it on there and I thought, that doesn't quite look right. So I just put her normal hairpiece on here. Admittedly, this hairpiece also doesn't quite look right with this minifigure, but still I feel like it gets the job across. And overall, I feel like this is a pretty cool what-if minifigure. Now, before we move on to the next minifigure, I have to clarify something. Today, I had a little accident with one of my dogs. You see, our dogs have a tendency to eat stuff a lot. And somehow, one of my minifigures that was going to appear in this video ended up getting in the mouth of one of our dogs, specifically Zeke. And well, this is the remains of one of the parts, and this used to be this. So you can see why I needed to replace some of the parts and why some of the parts that are on it might have some bite marks. And also there was another piece that I couldn't use. It was the leg piece, and well, yeah, you can see why I didn't use it. But yeah, if you see bite marks on the minifigure, do not blame me. You need to blame this very, very, very bad boy. Oh, and ignore her. She's Harper, she's a pretty good girl. But he is a very, very bad boy for chewing up Lego parts, and stop sniffing the camera, Zane. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. Now, back to the video. Now the next, and slightly chewed on, like I said earlier, minifigure is this custom modified Sora. Now, since Lego seems to be adamant on reusing the same Sora minifigure for like 10 years, I decided I might as well modify it to make it look a bit cooler. So basically, I got her normal head, hood piece, torso, and legs, but I changed the hands out to a pink color to represent her elemental power, which is tech. I gave her one of the new shoulder pad pieces that were released in the Tournament of the Sources wave, and I also gave her a dark blue half mask to make her hood look more like the hood she wears in the show. And I also decided to give her a knockoff lightsaber because if you know anything about her, you know she's from Imperium. And Imperium is basically a knockoff of the Empire from Star Wars. They even have their own knockoff lightsaber weapon. So I thought I might give her own knockoff lightsaber weapon, just cooler. Here is a close-up of the lightsabers. Sorry for the shanking, my hands aren't good at staying still. And you can see that I decided to add a ring piece from the Lord of the Rings on there to integrate some of Sora's gold color. And I just used a plain old-fashioned gunmetal gray lightsaber hilt, as well as a translucent pink bar piece, specifically the 4L bar, as well as a transparent pink flat stud on the bottom to finish off the look of the tech lightsaber. And overall, I think I did a really good job on this minifigure. Now the next minifigure in today's lineup is this custom casual Cinder. Now, if you have not been up to date with all the recent Dragons Rising stuff, then you should know that Cinder is technically a bad guy in Ninjago. And by a bad guy, I mean he literally broke Wildfire's leg. But anyway, I still wanted to give him a casual outfit since I knew a perfect look for him. So I decided to give him some black cargo pants, though those are technically from some TIE fighter pilots, but still. And the torso is from MJ from Spider-Man No Way Home, but with yellow hands. And I also gave him his normal head and hair piece. And I don't know why, but I just feel like this overall look suits him for some reason. I don't know. I can't exactly explain it, but it just feels like him. And overall, I really am proud of this minifigure, and I hope you also enjoy it, even though it is a bit different from what I usually make. Now the next minifigure in today's lineup is this Ninjago Marvel crossover minifigure. Now, if you are up to date with all of my videos, then you have probably watched the What If Marvel Characters Were in Star Wars video. And if you're into that kind of stuff, please consider checking that video out after this one. But anyway, so I had an idea. What if Ninjago characters were Marvel characters? And what I mean, like for this example, what if Nia was the Black Widow? Now for this minifigure, I got Black Widow's torso and legs from the Captain America and Black Widow motorcycle set from a couple years ago, and Nia's Dragons Rising headpiece as well as her movie hair. And I also decided to give her a Asian knife side thingamawhat's, I'm not actually sure what the proper name for it is, as well as some water power. Now, I do admit this figure is a bit unique, but I do feel like it is a pretty cool minifigure. I mean, come on. you gotta admit, even if you're not into Marvel or Ninjago, this is pretty cool. Though I'm not sure why you wouldn't be into Ninjago if you clicked on this video. Now the next minifigure in today's lineup is this custom Agent J Walker. Now, I do know that I'm a bit late to this since every YouTuber and their grandmother have made this minifigure, but I wanted to make it anyway. And I also admit that I do not have the actual J hairpiece, though I do think this one fits better for an Agent J, but anyway. So for this minifigure, I got some normal black legs. The torso, I believe, came in a Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom set, if I'm not mistaken, specifically the set that had the Indoraptor in it. The headpiece is Jay's movie headpiece, and the hairpiece comes on a bunch of minifigures. And it is unfortunately not Jay's hairpiece, though I do feel like it makes him look a bit more like James Bond. And I also gave him a Star Wars blaster, which is supposed to represent that taser thing that he had in the show. And while it is a pretty basic custom, I still feel like it's pretty cool and spy-ish nonetheless. Now, again, before we move on, I just want to talk about something real quick. So, if you're anything like me, then you probably have lots of ideas. Some big, some small, some weird, some cool, and also sometimes really, really dumb and stupid. And that's what the next minifigure idea is. So keep that in mind while we go on to the next minifigure, which is this custom Zane. Now, if you aren't caught up with all the different Ninjago sets that have been released recently, you should know that there is a new minifigure in the Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 1 wave titled Shirtless Zane. And I had one of those really dumb thoughts that went, what if they took it one step further and removed his pants as well? I have no idea what was going on in my brain, and honestly, I don't think anything was going on in my brain. But I decided to make a custom naked Zane, basically. And I didn't exactly have the shirtless Zane minifigure, so I decided to get Ultron's torso and legs from the newest Iron Man mech, as well as Zane's normal head and hairpiece. And honestly, this makes me want to laugh and think why at the same time. And it really is mostly just a joke minifigure. And hopefully YouTube doesn't censor this. Now the next minifigure in today's lineup is this custom powered up Lloyd. Now, if you watched my last Ninjago custom minifigures video, then you probably noticed that there was a powered up Nia and a powered up Kai, but not a powered up Lloyd. And that is because I didn't know how to make a powered up Lloyd then. But now I have had a couple more parts that would be useful to this and a couple more ideas to help me create this. So, I decided to give this minifigure Lloyd's mech pilot legs. The torso is from his Dragons Rising Spinjitzu spinner from Season 1. His shoulder pieces are from Lex Luthor from the newest Superman mech, and I just feel like those go perfectly with this. The half mask is on the newer tournament Lloyd's, and the head and the top hood piece are from the same spinner Lloyd that I got the torso from. And I also decided to give him some green energy / life / green / power pieces. Yeah, apparently Ninjago can't make up their mind on what Lloyd's power is, but anyway. And if you're wondering how I got the idea to use Lex Luthor's shoulder pads for this minifigure, honestly, I just had the minifigure and I looked at it and I saw that it had green shoulder pads, and I knew I wanted to add some shoulder pads onto this minifigure to make it look cooler, and I thought, that might look good on here. And while it does look a little bit weird, I also think it looks really cool and like he's making armor out of his green energy / power / life green slash basically everything else. We don't talk about Lloyd's power. Anyway, and overall, I really am proud of this minifigure and think it's awesome. Now, on to the bonus minifigure. Drum roll, please. I said drum roll, please. Seriously, we can't get a drum roll in here? Nope, it wasn't in the budget. What budget? The budget. We don't even have a budget. Ah, yeah. Well, anyway, on to the next minifigure and the bonus minifigure, which is Custom Pixel Samurai X. Now, if you aren't caught up with Ninjago Dragons Rising, then you should probably know that Pixel is going to appear in Dragons Rising Season 3. And since I do not have any sets with the new Pixel in them, I decided to make my own Pixel. There was just one problem. I don't own any Pixel minifigures, but I was able to make a custom one using the torso and legs from an Iron Legion soldier from a new Marvel battle pack that had one in them, the normal Samurai X shoulder pad piece. The headpiece actually comes from the Android Nurse minifigure from Series 26, and I just gave her Samurai Lloyd's helmet with some horns on top because I didn't exactly have one in black, or at least I couldn't find one. And I also decided to give her 2 golden katanas. And overall, I really am proud of this minifigure that I was able to make using the parts I had. I feel like I could make it better if I could find one of those helmets in black, but otherwise, this is a pretty good minifigure for a purist custom. Well, those were all the figs. Please consider to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.